Hey everybody, welcome back to The Pressing Matters. I'm Scott. Thank you for tuning in today and thank you for your support. Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do a list at the end of 2023, but I was not really feeling it. It was a really busy time for me and I was also recovering from a surgery and I just didn't feel like being on camera very much. I was able to eke out a few videos, but I wasn't really feeling the list idea for a while until today. I was thinking about this and I said, let me approach this in a different manner. So the idea for this list is to choose 10 audiophile reissue series and show you my most played record from each. This is not necessarily the best sounding record or the best performances on the label. This is just the ones that are getting the most play. And to keep it a little interesting, I chose a runner-up as well. So there's 20 records I'm going to show you. I'll get to all that in a second. Before I get started, if you're new and haven't already, please consider subscribing. And if you're already subscribed, please share the link with someone else that might enjoy the channel. We are moving towards 10,000. I'm going to be doing a giveaway pretty soon at 9,500. So please, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Okay, so I don't have these in any particular order, but the first one is the Acoustic Sounds Contemporary series. This series won me over big time right from the start. I love it. It's priced right, $29.95, oftentimes dropping to $21 on Amazon. They are mastered by Bernie Grundman, who did the original masterings way back in the 60s. And they're just beautiful sounding records and really interesting performances. A nice alternative to Blue Note. And my top choice, or my most played, is this one. The poll winners, Barney Kessel, Shelly Manne, and Ray Brown. From the moment I put this on, I was in love with this album. I still am. This is my first and still my favorite from the series. I get a lot of play. I love a guitar-based album like this, and this just suits me very well. The other one is this. This wowed me as well. Art Pepper Meets the Rhythm section. I had never had it before. And both of these are in the top of that catalog. This one gets a lot of play as well. I did a review of this. I gave it a rave review and I love both of these very, very much. Well worth checking out. For the Acoustic Sounds Verve series, this was really difficult, but I just went with my criteria. What gets the most play? And it won't be any surprise to any of you that this is the one that gets the most play. I love this record. I've professed my love for this record in a review as well. This is Songs for Distinguished Lovers with Billie Holiday. This is a repress of the Classic Records edition mastered by Bernie Grundman, and this time done in the gatefold. This is beautiful. It gets the most play around here. I absolutely love that session. This one is new, and it's getting a lot of play around here. I love the sound in this, and I love the performances. This is my cup of tea. It was really hard to choose something in the Verve Jazz series. There's so many good things. And this is not a definitive list. This is just what's getting a lot of play right now. This is Coleman Hawkins Encounters Ben Webster. This is fantastic. Wonderful record. I just reviewed it. Check out that review as well. Both are available in the store. For Verve, no, Acoustic Sounds Impulse. This one won me over big time. Impulse was a little easier for me to choose because there's many that I don't really care for that don't get a lot of play. But this is John Coltrane and Johnny Hartman. Immediately loved this. It is a good entryway into John Coltrane for me, and Johnny Hartman blew me away. I love that. Great sounding record too. The runner-up on this was Blues in the Abstract Truth with Bill Evans, Roy Haynes, Eric Dolphy, Oliver Nelson, Paul Chambers, and Freddie Hubbard. Can't go wrong with that. I really always wanted this record, and this is a beautiful edition of this as well. Excellent records. For the Analogue Productions Prestige series. This was easy for me. Most played is this one. Boss tenor, Gene Ammons. I got it off of a recommendation from Chad Kassem on one of his videos, and I've been in love with it ever since. I did a rave review of it. You can check out the review. These aren't available through my storefront, only through Acoustic Sound. So this one, I didn't really review. I mentioned it in a video, Bluesy Burrell. If you haven't guessed by now, I really like guitar-based jazz sessions, and this Kenny Burrell record is wonderful with Coleman Hawkins. Has a great sound to it too. These Prestige series releases are out of this world, really, really beautiful. For Blue Note Classic, immediately I knew this was going to be the top choice. Again, another guitar-based session, Kenny Burrell, Midnight Blue. I was waiting and waiting and waiting to get this because I had heard it and the other options were expensive. This is beautifully done by Kevin Gray and a great, great record. This gets the most play around here for Blue Note Classic. The runner-up for Blue Note Classic is a classic in itself, the Sidewinder Lee Morgan. Now this is a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but very accessible. And I really, really like this album. It's so enjoyable. Beautiful record. Just a classic. Well, here again, we have the Blue Note Tone Poet series. This was really difficult with so many great titles. But again, I just went with the one that gets the most play, and that's this. And it was my first. Introducing Kenny Burrell. This is fantastic. A really, really good sounding record. I believe it's mono. Yeah, this is mono, but it doesn't matter. It sounds fantastic. I love this. Again, it's a guitar-based jazz session, just up my alley. Very, very good. And the runner-up was this. I mean, this could take top honors as well. One Flight Up with Dexter Gordon. I don't think I really reviewed this. I might have mentioned it in an overview video, but this is a great sounding album and very, very enjoyable playing. I love this. Donald Byrd, Dexter Gordon, Kenny Drew, Niels Henning, Orsted Peterson on bass, and Art Taylor on drums. Great record. This was not recorded by Rudy Van Gelder, interestingly. These are no surprise, original jazz classics. I picked the two Bill Evans ones. I put this one first because it does get more play, but either one could be in top choice. Sunday at the Village Vanguard and Waltz for Debbie. These are beautiful. Love these records. Those are Kevin Gray jobs. So, okay, now we get to Premium Audiophile Reissue Series, the last three. For Mofi One Step. You know, I've had a love-hate relationship with Mofi One Steps, but early on I really did like what they were doing. And this one is getting the most play. I like this one a lot. Monk's Dream, Thelonious Monk Quartet. This one, they seem to have kind of backed off and kind of left it alone. It's not tweaked up too much. It sounds really nice. There may be better sounding pressings, but that's not the issue here. This is just one that's getting a lot of play. It's a beautiful record. I love their jazz releases. They really do sound good. One that was in contention was, or a contender for this, was Minga Saham as well. But I chose this one because it does get more play. And the one that gets the most play around here is this one, Donald Fagen, The Night Fly. I mean, people can compare it to other pressings, and I have. And I know it has a certain sound on its own, but I really like what they did with it. It's kind of fun to listen to. It's kind of Donald Fagen Night Fly with a little bit of a kick to it, and it really sounds great. I enjoy that a lot. For Craft, this one is getting the most play. Fortunately, we're going to see this in the Craft OJC series. This is Yusef Lateef's Eastern Sounds. Wow, a record that blew me away when I first heard it, and I still love it. I get a lot of play out of that one. This is the runner-up, Black Orpheus, Jazz Impressions of Black Orpheus, Vince Guaraldi Trio. I did review that and I loved it. Fantastic record. Beautiful, beautiful pressing too. Very, very good. And finally, last but not least, UHQR. So Analogue Productions UHQRs, this is the one that gets the most play. Rastaman Vibration. I love this record. I was so excited to get this and it didn't disappoint at all. And I really wanted a great pressing of this and I got it. This is beautiful. Really, really beautiful. And last but not least is this. Steely Dan Asia. I've been playing this a lot since it came out, more than any other UHQR besides the Bob Marley, and it's fantastic, as you well know. So those are my 10 choices from 10 audiophile reissue series. If I missed one of the series that you love, there may be a reason. One is I don't have enough examples of it to make an inclusion. So, for instance, the Rhino High Fidelity series, this would have been my top choice. In the runner-up, maybe the Cars. This is the Van Morrison, his band and street choir. And for the Atlantic 75 series, I only have the Genesis titles, and the top choice would be Selling England by the Pound with The Lamb as a runner-up. So there are other series which I could have named. I didn't want this to go on too long, but I hope you enjoyed this little overview of my most played titles from the 10 top audiophile reissue series. Until next time, I'm Scott for The Pressing Matters. Have a great day.